In this brief tutorial, I'm going to start by showing you how to make a solid color for a background. Then I'm also going to show you how to import images for a background. You might also find your images aren't stretched quite right, so I'll remind you how to snap those images into place for your project. First, let's make a solid color background. The first step is to make sure that you have your stage selected. Most of the time your sprite is selected. But to change the color of the stage or the background, you need to have that background selected, so I can change this white color. Next, make sure you normally are in the scripts area, but you want to make sure, in this case, you're in the background area, which seemed to work for me by default, but you just want to double check to make sure you're in the background area, not in the sounds area yet, in the background area. Then you click on this handy dandy paintbrush. This paintbrush lets you paint a background. Now I want it to all be a solid color. Let's say I wanted to go with a light blue sky. I'm going to click on the light blues till I find just the right light blue. Then I'm going to pick this paint pour tool. I'm going to fill a region, and I'm going to pour this blue color onto the entire background. Boom. Now for my particular project, and many times people want just a plain black background or a plain white background. I've now got it on plain black. I make sure I select the fill tool and I go boom. Now you'll notice the background isn't changing. Just like when we build a block, none of the changes are applied until we hit that OK. The next step, or the next thing I want to show you how to do, is I want to import an image. So for my particular project, to import an image, I'm going to first Google search the image I want. Now I want a star field. So when I Google that, I get some images. I'm going to go on the image tab to get even better images. It's really important that you don't download the thumbnail images, that you actually click into the images in order to get a better image or a better resolution of the image, and you download this image. Like, this is the image I want. Actually, I kind of like that one even better. It's a little more colored. It's got some galaxies-like things. Okay, this is more what I want. Perfect. Now, I'm going to save that image. So I power click and I save image as. And just like on your Chromebook, it is now going to download that image onto your computer. Then in my build a block, I'm going to take that image. Now yours is going to be in this corner, I believe. And sometimes you even have to open the Finder and then get the file up. But I'm going to click, drag, and drop this image, or drag it from the filer over, or the file management system, and drag it over into the thing. And then when I drop it in, it goes onto my image, or goes onto my backdrop instantly, or my stage instantly. Now, as you probably have noticed, this image isn't properly stretched. So to stretch this image, I'm going to use that classic block that we used last time too, where we are going to stretch the costume, or we're going to stretch the image on the stage by using that. We kind of used kind of like a little hack, and that hack was the switch costume hack, where we went like this in the scripts area, switch to costume. And then we use this stretch thing, this stretch control, to stretch the image. And I'm going to stretch the image of the star field. And I want the image to be, I'm going to keep, right now it needs to be stretched along the X. So I'm going to keep the Y stretched at 100%. And I'm going to stretch the Y 125% and see if that then fills the field. Needs a little more. So now I'm going to stretch it to 133% of X. I'm going to leave the Y alone. That seems to do it almost, but I'm just going to give it a little more. There, that seemed to get it. So once I'm done with that, I'm just going to nuke that block, get it out of the way, and now I have my star field stretched and covering my background.